Mom was a beautiful young teenager, enjoying the carefree days of dating the love of her life, Donald Hilliard, who was smitten by her beauty, hanging out with her best friend, Betty Speed, and practicing the latest dances with her sister Linda, with whom she was very close. After 3 years of dating, Mom and Dad married in 1952. She was just 19. The young newlyweds enjoyed socializing and having fun with their close friends and families. There was always a celebration. After 5 years of enjoying the carefree married life, they began a new chapter when they welcomed their firstborn baby, Donald Jr., to the world in 1957. As the 50s came to an end, Mom was married, she watched two of her younger sisters, Linda and Jerry, get married, and she became a mom. The 60s began with a bang when they welcomed their second child, a girl, Denise, born in 1962. Mother glamorously slides into her mom role once again with lipstick and high heels. Church, work, socializing with family and friends are her life, and she loves it. 141 North Clinton Street was the place to be, as Mom hosted many parties with Dad in their basement. She also cooked and sold many church dinners during this period of time as part of St. Paul's AME Methodist Church, where she sang in the choir. Mother was always stylish and beautiful, an excellent mom who relished in her title of mother and all that came along with that. To say her life was charmed is putting it mildly. As the glory days of the 60s came to a close in East Orange, New Jersey, she had seen her beloved mother pass on and her youngest sister Dottie get married. Dad moves Mom to the suburbs in 1970, and a new life begins. As she settles into her new environment, she enjoys her bigger house and fenced-in backyard, where family parties and backyard barbecues come to be the expected norm. Lazy summer days barbecuing at her sister Jerry's house, who lived around the corner, or parties at her brother-in-law Raymond's house, or entertaining her own family at her new house was very consuming during the early 70s. Mom lands a new job at Rickles Home Center and quickly adapts to her new schedule of full-time work along with wife-mother duties. The 70s saw Mom travel to many exotic islands with Dad and family, always coming home sun-kissed all over. Mom also sees her children grow into adolescence and all of the drama that comes along with teenagers. As the 70s come to a close, she sees her son graduate high school and college. The 70s was a beautiful decade. The 80s, beautiful and sad. Mom's whole life would forever be changed during this era. 1980 begins well. She sees her youngest child graduate high school and begin college. Shortly after, Dad became ill, and those marriage vows she took back in 1952 are for the first time challenged, but she rises to the occasion like a champ. She worked full-time and tended to her ailing husband full-time, all while keeping her composure. Mom sees her son get married in 1981, which was a breath of fresh air. She gained a daughter-in-law in Phyllis Thompson. Soon, more good news. Mom is going to be a grandma. She welcomes her firstborn grandchild into the world in September of 1982, Leah Joy Alease Hilliard. 6 months later, on February 28, 1983, Mom welcomes her second grandbaby, Ariel Jamies Freed, into the world on her birthday of all days. What a great gift. In July 1983, Mom sees her youngest child get married, as Dad proudly walked her down the aisle. On October 11, 1983, Mom's life, as well as all of our lives, were forever changed and would never be the same again. We lost the head of our household, the leader of our family, the best father in the world. Mom, however, lost the love of her life since the age of 16, and now at 50, she was a widow. The first few years after Dad's death were rough for Mom, but her sisters were there to see her through, and she did a lot of traveling during this decade. She traveled to islands, having lots of fun with her sisters and adjusting to being single for the first time in her adult life, as well as annual outings down south for bonding with her cousins, aunts, and brother. As the 80s progressed, she experienced a lot of joy when she welcomed 3 more grandchildren into her life: Donald Robert and Charisma Joy in 1986 and Destiny Joy in 1989. The 80s started on a sad note but ended on a very happy note, as she was finally getting used to life without her other half and was ready to experience new things. As the 90s begin, Mom is enjoying her family, working, going to church, and traveling. She really gets into her grandma role during this decade as she attends her grandchildren's school trips, recitals, concerts, birthday parties, dance competitions, soccer, and basketball games. It is also during this time that she starts to date again and eventually gets married. In 1993, 10 years after losing Dad, Mom remarries and gains a new husband in Robert Chapman, an elder at her church, Cathedral International. We gained an elder, whom we affectionately called Elder Chapman. She now had someone to share her life with again, and we were thrilled for her. During the 90s, after 25 years of dedicated service to Rickles Home Center as bookkeeper, Mom finally retires. She rounds out the 90s, much like she started them by being super grandma, only now she had a partner with whom she could share these events. Sadly, during this decade, Mom loses her dear younger sister, Linda, in 1998. A blow to us all, especially to she and Aunt Dottie. Mom sees her first grandchild grow up, graduate high school, and attend college. For the next 10 years, she would see more high school and college graduations as her grandchildren graduated one by one. She also experienced one of her granddaughter's entry into the world of Broadway. Mother always wanted to be a dancer, so to see her granddaughter excel as a professional dancer and make it to Broadway was quite a thrill. Sadly, it would be during these 10 years that she would also lose her father, Robert Crawford, and her second husband, Robert Chapman. As Mom celebrated her 80th year on our planet, she realized that she has lived a blessed life. She's seen 2 of her granddaughters get married and has had the pleasure of watching all 5 of her grandchildren grow up and strive for their dreams, all while being supportive of each one. She loved God, church, family, and friends. Monday, August 26, 2013, was an incredibly sad day for us all, as we had to come to grips with the reality of her passing. The epitome of womanhood, her loss marks the end of an era for our family. Though Mother shared 80 years of life with us, we weren't ready to let her go just yet. Like the lady she was, she graciously made her exit from a life of familiar faces and voices to a life of eternal and everlasting joy. With dignity, she bid this life farewell while holding the hands of her children and listening to hymns of her faith. She left this world as she lived, just like a lady. Today, she is rejoicing with her Savior, Jesus Christ, and her soul is surely at complete rest.
I'm so happy right now. I don't know what to say. I said to Pastor Glover, I said, if I go home tomorrow to lunch, I will have had it all. I have no complaints, none at all. This was done with such style, grace, love, generosity. Just words cannot express what I feel. My granddaughters are just such gorgeous girls, gorgeous ladies. My grandson is not here today, but I love him just as much. So all of you, be blessed. Donnie, thank you so much for all that you've done. Denise, thank you so much for all that you've done. I know you put a whole lot into this. There probably times when you didn't feel up to it. And I probably aggravated you by this. I know this is the truth. You don't have to say no, Mom, you didn't, because I know. You showed it so often. So anyway, I'm not going to take any more of your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank all of you for coming.